All requirements of the Open Meetings Act have been met for this meeting of the West Morris Regional High School District Board of Education. Notice was sent to the Morris County Clerk and the clerks of the municipalities comprising the Regional District, the Observer Tribune, the Daily Record, and the Star Ledger. Notice is also posted in the District Administration Building, West Morris Central High School, West Morris Mendham High School, and on the West Morris Regional website. Mr. Button? Present. Mrs. Forrester? Here. Mr. Galida? Here. And Mrs. Gilmet? Here. Mr. Johnston? Here. Mr. Lobron? Here. Mr. Richard? Here. Mrs. Schramm? Here. And Madison Allworth?
Here.
And Charles Durkin? Present. You have a quorum.
Thank you. I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the October 4th meeting.
So moved.
Second? Second. Thank you, Sue. Discussion?
Yeah. We're talking about the whole second to bring that up. I didn't think that we moved the past the budget. I know we talked about it. I thought we had made the comment to say, develop our responsible budget, but maybe we're the goal to pass. So I know there's a lot of discussion. I just don't know.
Motion on the end of page 5685, separate documents.
Yeah.
I don't recall that we approved those either.
I mean, it's a great goal. I'm all for it, but I don't think it is. Anybody else have anything to add?
What do you say, Mary?
My recollection is that after the one discussion was that it had been a board goal in the past, and if we look back to 2000, it was a goal before, and I recollect that we had done it before when Joey Warren came from the New Jersey School Board, and that it was a goal to put down and it goal.
I mean, I'm just bringing it up as a point. I understand all of it because we're all over on this.
I put it up, and the observer report is certified as being rejected. I saw that.
Right.
Well, we can put our options here. We can approve the minutes, and if we discover that we did wrong, and then send the next meeting. All right, any other discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Thank you. Work session. Anthony?
Okay. You know that the state of New Jersey requires the superintendent to do an annual public report on violence and vandalism reporting in the schools. And you have the data before you on the number of incidents at each school and the types of incidents. What you might realize is when you look at the aggregate data for the state, it varies greatly from school to school and district to district in terms of just what they report. And this means that schools seem to define bullying and vandalism in different ways that wind up skewing the results. So you have some schools that report 0 for vandalism and bullying, and some that have dozens, if not hundreds of reports. In this district, we've tried to abide by a simple, consistent rule. If the police are called, then there is an expectation that the administrators will file a violence and vandalism report. And each time that that report is completed, it's sent to my office, it's logged, and it's used as part of the yearly reporting that you see before you. Now, the results that we have this year are different from last year. Last year we had similar results of 11 incidents at one school and 10 at another. And I'd like to give you some background to that. If you look at the incidents for this year, in terms of substance abuse, they're roughly similar at each school. But the incidents of violence, vandalism, are greater at West Morris Central this particular year. This is partially explained by the fact that we had 2 students at West Morris Central who were responsible for repeated acts of theft and vandalism and bomb threats before that they were caught and dealt with by the police. But the repeats of those by these 2 individual students skewed the results this year so that they're different. In addition to those statistics, I'd like to make you aware of 2 initiatives concerning violence and vandalism that our district is involved in. The first is that there is a new regulation in the state that requires the schools to have security drills in addition to fire drills. And we have put together a security pamphlet in conjunction with the police in both towns. And our administrators at each building will be coordinating these security drills with the local police according to the protocols that we've worked out with the county task force. Secondly, I've been asked to serve on a core group of superintendents, 4 in the county, that will be meeting with County Prosecutor Robert Bianchi to plan for emergency preparedness in the face of violence and terroristic threats. And my initial meeting with Prosecutor Bianchi is scheduled for October 23rd, and I'm hoping that our district's participation in this core group will give us some advance notice of things that will be coming in terms of new details. So I hope that what I just said to you gives you a sense of both our statistical reporting, what the anomalies are this year, and what we're planning to do to move forward to keep our students safe. Any questions?
How do you ask to be on the committee?
The county prosecutor asked the county superintendent of schools for 4 superintendents. I'll show them the order.
Yeah, I have one question. Ann.
Yes.
You said at the outset that these 25 incidents done by multiple vendors. On the front, it says student vendors 26. Is that inaccurate?
I'm sorry.
It says 26 student vendors.
Yeah, because there were multiple students involved.
So it's not 26 students. It's fewer than 26 students. Well, I know, but it's multiple. So
In some cases, there were multiple students involved in single events.
I understand that. So that's wrong. Student vendors, it was not 26 separate individuals.
No, what winds up happening with that, in addition, is that I believe that they're counted separately each time.
Okay, do you know how many it was?
No, I don't.
Student vendors?
No, but I can find it. Any other questions?
Thank you.
Okay.
Jackie, would you like to discuss the board? Finance Committee met just before this meeting and to set budget goals. We had input from a number of board members, and proposed budget goals have been drawn up. Doug, if you can circulate them for our board members. They were slightly amended during our meeting, minor changes.
I penciled in the changes.
We have very similar budget goals from year to year. This year we're going to highlight financial objectives, program operations and maintenance, and capital. Those are the areas, the subject areas. We intend to observe the statement under financial objectives. We intend to observe the state mandated 2% cap increase on the regional tax levy. If waivers are allowed, we intend to avoid them. Allocate resources according to state mandates and Board of Ed established priorities. Further explore sources of revenue such as grants, increased state funding, and possible local non-tax sources. Also expand additional shared services. Under the topic of program, maintain all beneficial academic programs and restore critical programs where possible. Review and substantiate all extracurricular programs. Continue to support staff development. Implement the 2007 to 2012 long-range plan. Implement the 2010 to 2013 technology plan. Under operations and maintenance, review and evaluate all operational activities to reduce costs and improve efficiencies. Evaluate routine and required facilities maintenance. Continue to explore energy conservation opportunities. Under capital, review and evaluate capital improvement projects, utilize capital reserve funds for approved projects, and fund development of the long-range facilities plan and projects. Questions from the board?
I'd like to open to the public at this time. If you have questions or comments, please state your name and town and limit your comments to 5 minutes or less. Anybody? Yes, thank you.
Where do I start? Right here?
Whatever you're comfortable.
Good evening. My name is Molly Orline. I'm a taxpayer in Chester Township, the mother of a student in this school district, and an English teacher here at Mendham. First, I would like to thank Dr. DeBattista and the Board of Education for your support and generosity in granting me a family leave last year when my husband's job took us to Montreal, Canada.